So that is the first equation that we have to keep on our mind as the continuous time Fourier series. And after that, if we want to find out the ck, that means the coefficients, the equation will be that, okay. And last of all, that is the trigonometric forms of a Fourier series. What are the trigonometric forms of a Fourier series? So consider the periodic signal x with a Fourier series coefficient ck. If x is real, then its Fourier series can be rewritten into two other forms known as the combined trigonometric and trigonometric forms. Combined trigonometric means we have just put the value of e to the power j k omega naught t again back to the cosine or sinusoidal or trigonometric functions that I have told you before, the Euler's equation. After putting this equation, we find out this. Now you will ask, how can we get this? If you know e to the power j k omega naught, the relationship between this and this, how can you get this? First of all, write that cos x. The cos x will be, or cos theta will be e to the power j theta minus e to the power minus j theta divided by twice j. Now if you want to find out just k omega naught theta, k theta plus k, this part, if you just put this part here and calculate it from there, how can you get it? First of all, that will be 2 cos theta, 2 cos theta or 2j cos theta, whatever else it might be, and there the calculation will be e to the power j theta. If you just make a common e to the power j theta, then you can find out e to the power minus 2j theta. Then after calculating all the things, you will find out this, and that is the function xt. C naught plus C naught is the coefficient of initial value to k1, from k1 to infinity ck cos k omega naught t plus theta k, where theta k is the argument of ck. Argument of ck means that is related to ck, the angle of ck, okay, or phase shift. The trigonometric form of a Fourier series has appearance like that, with both cosine and sinusoidal signals. That is the trigonometric form, basic trigonometric form of Fourier series. As you can see, C naught plus k1 to infinity alpha k cos k omega naught t plus beta k sin k omega naught t. So here, where is the real value and where is the imaginary value? Alpha k represents the real value of the ck, and beta k represents the imaginary value of the ck. As we know, sinusoidals are represented as the imaginary part and the cosinusoidals represent as the real part. So the trigonometric forms contains only the real quantities. Here you cannot see any kind of j out there, the last trigonometric form, so it will always carry on the real quantities. But if you make the relationship between alpha k and beta k, the alpha k is a two real part of the ck that is dependent on the coefficient of ck, that means this ck, and beta k is the imaginary part of the ck, coefficient of the kth component. So that's all for us in the continuous time Fourier series. So hopefully you will understand this, but there are some other things that you have to study from the book of Mrinal Mondal, that we have seen this kind of theorems, that is the trigonometric CTFS. So as you can see in the part of study, if I zoom it, and you can see clearly, that is the definition of the trigonometric CTFS or continuous time Fourier series. So this definition should have to be read it clearly and remember it clearly. The definition 4.6, and that is the page number 167 of the PDF. So you will certainly learn this. An arbitrary periodic, that is the theorem, an arbitrary periodic function xt with fundamental period t naught can be expressed as follows, that is xt is equal to a naught, that is the summation sign from n equal to 1 to infinity a n cos n omega naught t plus b n sin n omega naught t. That is the basic part, basic theory of the trigonometric CTFS. So you have to keep on your mind this kind of equation, trigonometric, where omega naught twice pi by t naught the fundamental frequency of xt and coefficients a naught, a n and bn are referred as the trigonometric CTFS coefficients, that means continuous time Fourier series coefficients. The coefficients are calculated as follows. If you want to find out a naught, that will be 1 by t naught integration. The value of the integration range will be dependent on t naught. T naught means total period. If it is sinusoidal value, if it is sin x or sin t, that will be 0 to twice pi, because you know twice pi is the fundamental period of sinusoidal equations. So that is, if you want to find out this a naught, so the equation will be that integration of this thing xt. And if you want to find out a n, so you have to find out 2 divided by 2 t naught, that's the fundamental period xt cos n omega naught t dt. That's the two equations that is pretty much important to find out the coefficient that depends on the CTFS or continuous time Fourier series. There are another thing is the bn will be calculated. Where is the bn? Bn, so you have to find out three coefficients. First of all a naught, that is the thing, then a n, that is the equation, then the bn. And the thing is that this equation and that equation are quite similar, but a n is related to cosine, so that will be integration to the cosine, and bn is related to sinusoidal equations or expressions. So here the sinusoidal term has come to action. The equation formula is quite a bit same, 2 divided by t naught. That is the basic definition that you have to know to solve the mathematics gradually. So the next class we will learn that how we can calculate the CTFS from a signal that can be given on a plot or given on any kind of equations. Thank you very much for being with me.